Hello, it's Silja, and I hope everyone is ready for a lovely weekend. I know I am. And today I will do a tag because I was tagged back in November by Tina at Lectitio in Spain to do the rapid fire book tag. And I think I'll do it now because one of my resolutions is to upload a video every week. And yeah, it's week number 3 and this will be my 3rd video. So I think I'm on track. I have prepared the questions because I am a planner and I do like to be prepared. So this will be my take. The first one is ebooks or physical books, and I will always choose the physical book if I have the chance. I do own a Kindle and I know it has its benefits, but no, I like the feeling of the paper. I like to write in the paper book, and yeah, I like to fill my shelves with paper books. So yeah, I will always pick the physical book, even when I'm out traveling. Paperback or hardback, I like the paperback. They're easy to carry around, they are cheaper, and they fit well in my hand. Trilogy or series, none, because I like to read standalone. Heroes or villains, I think I like to read about both, as long as the characters are well written and well fleshed out and are interesting. I'm fine. But at the same time, I do think the villains are usually more interesting, so I will stick with the villains for this one. A book you want everyone to read, and that's of course You Will Not Have My Hate by Antoine Léry, because the political climate in the world today and all the conflicts, I think this is a book that you should read. The last book you read is this one, Om sakene springer blome. It's a Norwegian poetry collection and it's very unique. It's written in a made-up language that are based on the Old Norse language. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to read, but it's also so beautiful and sad. It has fairy tale elements and I just loved it. Sadly, I think it will be a very hard book to translate. The last book you bought, and that's Agnes by Peter Stam. And Peter Stam is Miriam Frey's favorite author, so I'm curious. And this book has a very enthralling beginning. Agnes is dead, killed by a story. All that's left of her now is this story. The weirdest thing you have used as a bookmark. And I don't think I use that many strange things as bookmarks. I use tickets and I use normal bookmarks. I have used my passport and my cell phone. Yeah, I think the weirdest thing I have used as a bookmark is my cat. That was not a success. You know, cats, they can't lay still. They have a mind of their own. And they can destroy the book. So I don't recommend you using a cat as a bookmark. Yeah. Used books, yes or no? And it's a big yes. I love going to used bookstores. I love to find some gems and some nice editions and books that are annotated and that are hidden things between the pages. Yes, so I love used books. Borrow or buy, I tend to buy my books. Characters or plot, I like character-driven stories, always. Long or short books and long and short chapters, and it depends. I like both. If some stories need to be painted on a big canvas and some stories need smaller canvases, and it depends on the story, as I said, and the writing style, and yeah, and same goes for the chapters. I like both short chapters and long chapters. It depends on the story and the book. One thing I don't like is books with short chapters that all ends with cliffhangers. I think that's so boring and just tiresome and annoying. Name the 3 books you first think about. The first one is The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky because I'm reading it at the moment. The other book I think about is The Witches by Roald Dahl because I am reading it with my students and I am playing all the witchy parts and I'm losing my voice and it's all just fun. And the third book is The End of Eddie by Edouard Louis because I need to buy it for a book club. Books that make you laugh and cry. And I usually like depressing books, so the obvious answer would be books that makes me cry. But I think the best stories are the stories that makes me both cry and laugh and feel everything in between in the same book. So I chose that one. Audiobooks, yes or no? And for me, it's no, because I'm just zoning out whenever I try to listen to audiobook. I can't concentrate. So that's that. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? And I always gush about beautiful editions, but I don't tend to buy or read books solely based on how the cover is looking. So, no. Favorite genres? I think this is difficult. I like classics, but that's not a genre. I like literary fiction, and that's not a genre, I think. And I like picture books. And what I like about picture books, I think it's so interesting to analyze the text and the illustrations. So yeah, picture books. Book to movie or book to TV adaptation. And I like both, but I think maybe TV is a better medium to really play out the story and focus on more than one storyline, I think. Yeah, so I choose TV. A TV or a movie that you prefer to the book. And the first thing that pops into my head is Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin. I really like the book, but the movie by Roman Polanski is just magnificent. And the last question I have already answered. It's series or standalones, and I prefer standalones. So that was my take on the rapid fire book tag. This tag has been around for quite some time, so I'm not sure who has done it and who hasn't, but I will try to tag someone anyway. I will tag Amy, Monsey, Chanel, Manika, Novel Thoughts, and a reading squid, if you haven't done it already. Yeah, that was all. Until next time, ha det!